And I'm Nicole Polakowski, and this is Finlandia Fridays.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Finlandia Fridays. I am your host, Olivia Myers, and I am joined today by Finlandia student Jayson Dahlquist and the PTA Program Administrative Coordinator, Nicole Polakowski. So thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
I am super excited. Nicole, having talked to you about this program, I know that you are very excited.
Very excited.
So we have a new 2+2 offering.
Yes.
And I want to ask what that is and how it came about.
Okay. The 2+2 came about because of students like Jayson, who were our PTA students that want to come and do a 2-year program. They all think they want to do Fast and Furious, and once they get out into the field, they realize they want to go on to become DPTs, which is the doctorate in physical therapy. And this program allows them to come to Finlandia, get their associates in PTA, and carry on and then get a bachelor's in liberal studies so that they could transition into a DPT program.
So why liberal studies specifically and not, you would maybe think biology for this or something else along those lines. So why liberal studies?
The liberal studies allows a lot of flexibility. It does allow the students to get the 2-year associate's degree. So in the event life happens, or maybe they don't get into PTA or DPT school, they still fall back on an associate's degree in PTA and can have a very nice career. However, it allows them to take all the prereqs provided that they need to take to go to DPT school and have a bachelor's, which opens up a world of extra jobs. They can make extra pay with a bachelor's degree. The liberal studies also could be flexed to be a biology degree if you want, or a psychology emphasis, but it does fall back to that 2-year PTA career and associate's degree.
I think it's such a great program because there are students like Jayson, we'll get to you and your story, who, like you said, they go out and then they realize, I want to continue my education a little bit more. And we never really had an option for them.
Correct.
And a clear path to the DPT school. So what I love about this program is that you designed it specifically for those interested in going on to DPT school.
Absolutely. And, what's really neat is a bachelor's degree in anything now allows you to apply to so many other areas, job-wise, any career. This one is neat because they have the experience of the PTA program. All the credits can transfer over to go to their DPT. If that's what they pursue. However, if they decide they don't want to go on to DPT school, they still have a really nice career in PTA, and they have a bachelor's degree, which does allow them to be a manager of a PTA department or a rehab facility. So it's just a win-win any way you look at it.
So there are some changes to Medicare coming down the pipe, and that really kind of spurred Finlandia to develop this program. Can you talk about what those are and how that inspired us to pursue this?
Yeah. Within the next year, we are going to see that Medicare will not reimburse the full 100% as they do now for using a PT assistant in the clinic. And if this should really happen, and if it does come into a greater play in their career, by having the 2+2, it will allow them to further go on to DPT school, still do what they love, but in a different setting and actually be the DPT.
Absolutely. So some kind of logistical, legal, ramifications that are coming in, and that's where we're trying to fill that gap. So Jayson, I want to turn to you and your story of, you've already got your associates in the PTA program, and then decided to come back, and you're actually doing the liberal studies program. It's not this exact 2+2 program, but can you talk about that decision to come back and the experience?
So I originally wanted to go for athletic training, so I was at NMU for 3 years getting prereqs, and then I had the option to come here to play hockey, and that was always my goal, is to play Division III hockey, or D1 obviously, but so I had the option to come here, and they had physical therapy, and I was like, well, it's kind of close, and I'll get the associates and then go back to NMU and get my, at the time it was a bachelor's, but now it's switched to a master's degree for athletic training, and I was like, well, I don't want to do that. And before I was even done with the program, I was like, I really like this. And with them pushing me pretty much as hard as they can, trying to get everything out of me that they expected, I was pretty much like, well, I just want to go all the way. Like, they pretty much treat us like physical therapists throughout our program. So I was like, well, I might as well just keep going. Plus, working for a year, I was like, this it's what I want to do. So I was like coming back here. They had the option of pretty much getting me in. I worked with Dr. O and Nicole quite a bit to, work out pretty much what this program that they're offering is. And it worked out really good in my favor. I wish I would have had it earlier, just because my first year here I took a lot of classes that I wouldn't have had to take now, and it would have made some of my higher level classes a lot easier if I would have, taken the entry bio and the chemistry, a lot of those, my first year. So, but besides that, Finlandia's worked with me more than I could have ever asked for to get me to where I am today. So
they've really kind of built this program around students like you. And Nicole, that's what you actually said before
Absolutely.
we started recording, was that Jayson's not alone in this.
No, not alone at all. In fact, just off the top of my head, I can think of 4 students within the past 2 years who have done the 2-year PTA program, left, worked, and said, hey, I really want to be the boss. I want to be the DPT. And they go on. And what happens is they have to come back to take these classes, or they go somewhere else. We lose them from Finlandia. They go to Northern. They go to Central to get it. And now we can keep them here. They're comfortable with us. I think the students genuinely like us here. And yeah, they can go back. And I love being in the PTA program, but there's nothing more that makes me happier than seeing my PTA students go on to become a DPT, because I've loved my career for 30 years, so why shouldn't they? So.
Absolutely. Jayson, as we wrap up, final thoughts on this and why you think that students should pursue this particular path if they're interested in PTA.
I just think it's set up so well. If you get that bachelor's degree, so you have the associates, you have your licensure, obviously, is what you go for outside of the associates that you graduate with. But you have a job to work with. I know for, specifically biology patients, or not patients, but students, or like kinesiology, there's always usually something that you have to go to afterwards to be able to get a job. There's not usually something specifically with, biology or kinesiology that you can just go into like the workforce. But with the PTA program, you have a guaranteed job pretty much anywhere in the health field, which is super important for, people that are looking to do something along these lines.
And that's the point of coming to college, right?
That's right.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for both of you being here today. We really appreciate it. If you're interested in learning more about this new 2+2 program, please visit finlandia.edu/PTA. And we'll see you next week.